The Choreography Festival ZUKUNFT TANZT creates a frame for artists who see themselves at the beginning of the development of their choreographic career. With various formats, we offer the space for networking, knowledge transfer, exchange and research, and support the special needs at this stage of the work. Our goal is to give emerging choreographers even greater visibility and to strengthen them structurally and artistically. My name is Laurin, and together with Ida Kaufmann, both understanding ourselves at the beginning of our choreographic development, we created, curate and organize the festival ZUKUNFT TANZT since 2019.
We see this as a continuous platform for artists with different backgrounds and knowledge, but with a connecting interest in choreography, to come together in this very short and intensive time to explore, exchange and experiment. This 5th edition put the focus especially on the work in progress state, the phase between a first idea and a finished production, where you are open to receive first impressions from the outside. Therefore, each participating group got their own evening to share their artistic idea and to get feedback and impulses from the other participants and the audience for the further process.
The festival was accompanied by professional training. With the support of the dance platform Rhein-Main, we invited Eslam Elnebishy, a choreographer, dancer, current student of the master program Choreography and Performance in Gießen, and former participant of ZUKUNFT TANZT 22. The training offered a movement class that was not only bringing people from the local dance scene and the participant of the festival together, but also guided us through the morning, waking up the body and senses for the day through different improvisational tasks, generating movements from concepts, questions and contradictions.
Three workshops gave insights into different approaches to choreography, open for others to join. And we had the pleasure to continue the partnerships with teachers from 22 and to develop new ones. Kai R. Eng, a graduate from the Master in Choreography and Performance, offered various movement scores to explore and to focus on creating modifications. Heitkamp, a dancer, choreographer, dance teacher, visual artist, and former director of the dance department in Frankfurt, created a frame to reflect their own artistic interest and practice, which then led into short 4-minute performances. Katja Cheraneva, freelance dancer, choreographer and former member of the Foresight Company, gave a physical insight into her current production, dealing with the topic of hydrofeminism.
The participants were invited to share their current practice with the others. As they were all connected to the artistic works being shown, these practice sharings also served as physical introductions to the work in progress evenings.
I'm Antonina Dąbrowska, and I'm coming from Poland, and I'm a student, basically, and somehow a performer.
My name is Sławek. I'm a student, a dance student, and I'm also a performer, and also physiotherapist. This is my first profession, and right now I'm doing master studies in Katowice, and I'm from Poland.
My name is Zuzanna. I'm from Poland, and I am studying at PhD school, and I consider myself a dancer, choreographer, dance teacher as well, and a performer.
The boneXposed project is about expression of skeletal movement through tasks that we are improvising on stage.
For me, it's a lot about dynamics that might come from exploring the bone system. What I was interested in was to expand the attention of the viewer and of the performers.
I'm Raha, my name is Raha Dehghani, and I'm from Iran, and I'm a choreographer, dancer, and visual artist. And right now I'm studying my master in choreography and performance in Gießen.
I'm Nastya Dzugan. I come originally from Ukraine, and we studied the same program, or I graduated it already in Gießen. And I'm also a dancer, performer, and choreographer. So it's called Over and Over and Over.
This project is about waiting, and the more that we went further with this project, the more that I was thinking about the concept of agency, of change.
And Raha also brought in this idea of protest, and also with this change came the idea of contamination. So we're working a lot with this repetitive movements, but we're also working together as a kind of organism that is contaminating each other. So it's also kind of a mechanism that doesn't really have a leader, which I think it also relates to the protests. It's a participatory kind of work. It's also very helpful each time when there is a change in the structure within to test it out with the audience.
My name is Hendrik. I'm from Ukraine, and currently I'm based in Heidelberg. Started my freelance career as a dancer, choreographer, and performer.
My name is Emma Rasmussen. I'm originally from Denmark, but I live here in Frankfurt now. And I would define myself as a performer at the moment.
So besides two of us, there was another person that took a huge part in this process. Her name is Natalia Lukianova. She's also from Ukraine, currently in Frankfurt. In my flop era is a provocative dance performance. There is based both on current situation of human being and its infinite ignorance and intolerance, so as general vanity of humankind.
In my flop era is experimental work based on our experiences as growing up in Gen Z.
I'm Hannah. I live in Austria right now, and I'm also from Austria. I'm something in between a performer, choreographer, and dancer.
I'm Miran. I'm based in Berlin. I guess a noise musician is closest to what I do.
So this project is a very personal one. It's about experiencing different forms of dance that's been in my life for a long time right now, which has been folk dance especially, but also dancing in a club, and then mixing all of that with my current contemporary practice. To queer those folk dances that I've been growing up with, to deconstruct them and to kind of deal with the confrontation of how they are associated with in society, but then redefining them for oneself.
To me, the sound of the project is about dissecting Austrian folk music. It's about bringing like the different influences together of like Austrian traditional folk music and also like a bit of club music and a bit of queer underground nightlife culture.
My name is Jakob and I'm from Denmark, and right now I'm based in Salzburg studying in SEED, and I would call myself a dancer and musician.
My name is Fitus. I'm from Salzburg, Austria, and I'm based there at the moment. I'm musician, dancer, clown.
My name is Jakob from north of Sweden, Luleå, and currently studying in Salzburg, so I would also call it a base. Yeah, I would also say maybe dancer and performer. For both the collective and the projects that we're currently working on is choreosonic, and it's a term coined by a professor named Ashton Crawley, where the choreographic and the sonic world is one and the same. And so this is what we're somehow investigating and researching.
And in that way, it's also something we're trying to do in the performance, to be participatory in both fields at the same time. So it's not excluded to one, and it's not categorized as musicians and dancers. We are somehow trying to get them together also in the way that we perform it or live it or participate in it.
In ZUKUNFT TANZT 2023, I also presented my own work, which is called Back as in Backwards. It's a project that has kind of a modular history of work. So we started working with the group of my colleagues, Victoria Lioska and Liman Y. And then I continued working specifically during the festival with Anneliese Ostertag as a dramaturgical support. It's coming from the interest in the surface of the backside of the body. It brought also the interest in orientation, the notion of orientation, and like a queer orientation of the body, like how are we oriented in space, the back as a kind of peripheral surface that is not usually taken to attention so much, and what does it bring with it, what kind of perspectives on the body. It's also the surface that is kind of devoid of identity to a certain extent. So what is behind our backs, or what is this direction going backwards? And of course, it's bringing also the topic of history and trying to bring in like our personal or transpersonal migration histories, or what is behind our backs, how did we get here, how did we come here. We're also working with these objects, so it's a lot about carrying things with you and where do you go with that. Letters and instruction that goes, pack your bag and go, and go, and go, and go, and...
For me, the ZUKUNFT TANZT festival is a great opportunity to learn, to talk to people, to have this open space for conversations, but at the same time the space is designed to lead to these conversations.
ZUKUNFT TANZT helped us a lot to have more time, more sources to explore and work on our project, to have this little bridge between idea and the full ready product.
I think it's very valuable to have this, that it's shared with other people who are in the same time in their process, and that there this feedback rounds after. I think is really, it's very valuable to have that as part of getting further in our process.
So moving forward, we can like use all of that feedback and all of the emotions and opinions and feelings of all the people who've been watching and also dancing with us during the week, to try to move it further and to go deeper with it.
It creates this safe space to just share and learn and so on and so on.
And also to see other pieces, not just in relation to our own piece, but also to experience what other people are interested in, and also learn to, or like practice giving my own feedback to people, see where my own or everybody's own focus is or interests are, and in that way practicing also having a voice in this world and then seeing.
It was very inspiring, and I found it necessarily for young choreographers and dancers to be here. This networking, communication, friendship, and a lot of experience.